Hello, friends. How are you? I'm back again to discuss an issue that I've gotten some couple of questions. I'm here to answer some couple of questions. Okay, this video is going to be about question on a particular um, fruit. Okay, I got a couple of questions, and I want to tackle it today about orange. Okay. I got a couple of questions about orange. So I'm going to answer those questions now. We're going to be talking about this orange. Okay. What is the importance of orange in managing your diabetics? So I got a couple of questions and I feel it is important I make a video to answer those questions about orange. So I'm going to be discussing about orange on this particular video. All right. What is the importance of orange to diabetes, or what are the beneficial importance of orange for people living with diabetics? So this is what I'm going to be discussing today. All right. Um, in general, orange are safe fruit for people living with diabetics. Okay. Let me remove this so that you guys can see my face. In general, orange or oranges, okay, are safe fruit for people living with diabetics. Orange is a superfood, a superfruit. It contains, in general, we know that orange supplies with vitamin C, but it goes beyond vitamin C in when it comes to relation about your diabetic situation and what type of fruit you should be taking. Orange belongs to the superfruit indices that you should have in the collections, or you should have in your dieting. Okay. Orange are safe fruit of choice for people living with diabetes. Why are they safe fruit for people living with diabetes? One, they have low moderate glycemic index, the GI index. GI index is another topic that I have to discuss another time because it's a separate topic that you need some explanation. But I'm going to just brush it aside. Why do you consider orange as part of the superfood in your dieting, and why do you need it? Does it have any importance? These are the things I'm going to discuss today and answer some couple of questions that come along with it. As I said, in general, oranges are safe fruit among the choices for people living with diabetes. And I say because it has a low GI index, which is a glycemic index of around 43. Okay, of around 43. And then the GI refers to the speed at which food raises blood sugar levels. So when you hear about GI index, what do we mean about GI index? Okay, an orange has about 43 because of the low moderate GI index it has. It's about 43. Now, a GI refers to the speed at which food raises your blood sugar levels. Okay, that said, it's important to consider both portion sizes for individuals living with diabetes. So that is why I've said it several times. When you're diabetics, you have to consider portion sizes. In whatever you eat, you got to consider portion sizes. It's very important to eat in moderation once you're diabetics. You're not going to be eating a large plate of food all the time. So it has to be in portion for every 4 hours or every 5 hours for within the 24 hours period. Okay. So it has a low GI index of around 43, and the GI index refers to at which speed food raises your blood sugar levels. Okay, so 43 is good in relation to orange. So now I'm going to answer because I received some couple of questions. I'm going to read them out. I'm going to read those questions out, and then we can now. The first question says, does orange raises your blood sugar? That is the first question I receive. Somebody asked me that question, and I believe you are late as you are watching it. Instead of me, sending a text or replying to that person, because I have a lot of questions on particular orange. That is why I want to do a video regarding orange. So, and I'm in doing this video, I'm going to answer all the questions. So those that ask me those questions, your response is on this video. So the first question is, do orange raises your blood sugar? Okay. Why I say orange has a low GI index? One, because it's around 43. Because orange have a low GI index, okay, they trigger a slow rise in your blood sugar levels, making them more favorable for people living with diabetes. Because of the nature of the low GI index, it's slow. Because of the nature, it does not spike your sugar level very fast. It never. Okay? They trigger a slow rise to your blood sugar level within the normal level that it's supposed to be. So it does not affect your sugar level to go beyond the normal level. And that is why, when we are talking about simple and complex carbohydrate, or refined carbohydrate and non-refined carbohydrate, I've told you guys, I give you guys the difference between simple carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate, or refined carbohydrate. Now, the same thing applies to oranges. It has a low GI index, around 43. It does not spike or make any difference in your sugar levels. It triggers a slow rise to your sugar level, but it does not go beyond the normal level. So to answer your question, it does not raise your sugar level because of the low GI index. I hope I've answered your question. Now, the next question is, can a diabetic eat orange and apples? Somebody asked me this question. Okay. It says, can a diabetic patient eat orange and apples? Okay. And my answer to that question is yes. A diabetic person can eat any low GI index fruit. As long as it falls within the class of low GI index, yes, you can eat both of them. But if it does not fall within those low GI index, then it is not possible. So a diabetic person can eat any low GI index fruit. Such fruit include apple, all right, guava, oranges, peaches, berries, avocados, and others. So to mention a few. So as long as these fruit fall within the low GI index, yes, you can eat them. Any diabetic person can eat them as long as they fall within the low GI index. And the low GI index refers to a speed at which food raises your blood sugar levels. And with the low GI index of 43 of orange, it does not trigger or spike up your sugar level together with apples. So as long as that food fall within the low GI index, yes, you can eat both of them. And what are the examples of food that fall within the low GI index? We include apple, guava, oranges, peaches, berries, avocados, to mention a few. So to answer your question is yes, because those fruit fall within the low GI index. Okay, so let's go to the next question. The next question is orange good for diabetes and cholesterol? Okay, is orange good for diabetes and cholesterol? Somebody asked me this question. Okay, is orange good for both diabetes and cholesterol? You guys know the answer. And orange is an excellent source of pectin. We know what pectin is all about. I think I've mentioned it in one of my videos. A soluble fiber that has been shown to lower LDL. Okay, we know pectin. Okay, it lowers your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. So an orange is an excellent source of pectin. Okay, a soluble fiber that have shown to lower your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol levels. Okay, although they are very sweet, okay, orange are actually low on the glycemic index. Orange are very sweet, but still they have low GI index. Okay, so and have a GL of 4 per a slice. You know how you slice those orange to smaller pieces? Yeah, if you slice them into pieces, Yeah, it will have a low GL index of 4. But as a whole, one orange as a whole has a low GL index of 43. So to answer your question, is orange good for diabetics and cholesterol? The answer is yes, because orange has an excellent source of pectin, and pectin is a soluble fiber that has been shown to lower your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. Okay, so because of the low GL index, yes, it is good for both diabetics and cholesterol. I hope I've answered that question. Now let me go to the next question. Says, how many oranges can a diabetic eat a day? It says, how many oranges can a diabetic eat a day? A person with diabetics can eat 2 oranges daily. Okay, I stretch it to 3 or at maximum 4, but mostly I stretch it to 3, but 2 is okay. So a person with diabetes can eat 2 oranges daily, but the effect on blood sugar levels will depend on the various factors. Okay, it will depend on various factors. What are those factors? Your age, your gender, your weight, your physical activity levels, and overall health. And that is why I've said it numerous times. If you're a diabetic or you are a caregiver to someone that is diabetic, physical activities is very important. Your weight is very important. You have to manage your weight very well. Instead of increasing in weight, you have to loosen your weight. Okay, avoid obesity. And if you are obese already, try as much as you can to cut it down. Now, your age and gender will play a role. Those are the factors that will play a role. If you eat 2 or more than 2 oranges per day, will it affect your sugar level higher or not? So these are the things you take into consideration. And that is why I've said it before. Doctors differs in the way they treat diabetics individually. That your friend has a diabetes and has a different prescription or medications from yours does not mean your doctor doesn't know what he or she is treating you. Remember, everything has to depend on individual health. You don't know your friend's health wise. You see him looking good outside, but internally you don't know what he's going through. So the way the doctor treats his diabetes might be different from yours. We'll take a lot of things into consideration. Your blood pressure will be taken into consideration. If your cholesterol issues will be taken into considerations, and he might have cholesterol problem, high blood pressure, and you don't have any of those. So the treatment might be different. So the same thing depends on the number of oranges you consume in a day. If you consume 2 or 3 or 4 a day, the factor that will depend if your sugar level will spike depends on your age, your gender, your weight, your physical activities. All and your overall health condition will now depend. If I eat more than 2 oranges per day, will it spike my sugar level up? Okay, so you are advised to consume 2 orange daily. 2 orange daily you are advised to consume. All right. So let's go to the next question. This one is different. It says, what fruit should diabetic avoid? What fruit should diabetic avoid? So what fruit should diabetic avoid? The worst fruit of people with diabetes include mango. I've told you guys about mango, jackfruit, banana, okay. These are some of the food. Banana, mango has a high concentration of sugar in them. Jackfruit, they have a lot of concentration of sugar in them. So you have to avoid it as much as you can. These fruits are high in sugar and low in fiber. Okay, they are high in sugar, low in fiber, so it does not add any meaningful thing to your health. Rather, it's going to cause you more problem if you are taking mango, jackfruit, banana. These are worst of the fruit, among worst of the fruit to avoid if you're diabetics. These are considered the 5 worst fruits for people living with diabetes. This fruit contains a lot of sugar. So try as much as you can to avoid mango, jackfruit, banana, chiku. There's something they call chiku. Chikku. Okay? This has a lot of sugar in them. So try as much as you can to avoid it. It is important you avoid it. Friends, I'm talking about orange today. This is what we are talking about. Orange. Okay? Orange is what I'm discussing about. Why is it important for people with diabetes? And then I have I'm clearing some questions that comes along with it. So it is important. You handle it properly. The next question I was given was, let me remove this. Okay. What 10 foods should diabetic avoid? What 10 food should diabetic avoid? Okay. So I've told you guys in the past, avoid sugar sweetened drinks. Any drinks that contains a lot of sugar or sugary items, avoid it totally. There's no two ways about it. You have to cut off anything that contains sugar. Okay? Anything that contains sugar should be avoided at all costs. Any drink that contains sugar should be avoided at all costs. Not even a slightest of it should go through your mouth, because it's going to change or spike up your sugar level. All right. Trans fat. Food that contains a lot of trans fat, you have to avoid it. Trans fat. Food that contains a lot of trans fat should be avoided at all costs. And that is why I said it in several of my videos. If you're a diabetic, you have to avoid all these fast food joints. Those fast food joints only produce in quantity, not quality, because they are there to maximize profit, not for individual health wise. So most of their food contains a lot of trans fat. And the kind of oil they use, they don't give a damn about your health. They are there to make money and not to look after you. So if you want a special food according to your health, then you have to place a special order, then they know what to prepare with it. So avoid patronizing fast food joint all the time because of the nature of the kinds of oils they use. They use a lot of trans fat. So avoid food that contains a lot of trans fat, or cooking oil that contains a lot of trans fat used in fries. Okay. Simple carbs, pasta, white bread, white rice. These are all simple carbs. I said it's simple and complex carbs. So you have to avoid all food that are simple carbs. Example is pasta, white bread, white rice. All those fall into simple carbs. And what are the simple carbohydrates? And I've told you guys why it is called simple carb, because of it is quickly digestible. Your body can break them down very easily and spike up your sugar level immediately. So that is why you have to avoid simple carbohydrate, rather go for complex carbohydrates. Okay? Yogurt with added sugar. So you have to avoid yogurt with added sugars. All those yogurt, in fact, stay away from yogurt. If you're a diabetic, stay away from yogurt. That is what I'm going to advise you to stay away from yogurt, even if they are plain. Okay, stay away from it, because when you start saying, okay, this is plain, there's no sugar in them, you start creeping into those areas. By the time you know, you start taking the real yogurt that contains sugar, because you have to discipline your brain. Your craving has to be disciplined to fight off those sugary items that you don't like. So if you can abstain from yogurt, that is good. All right. All this processed food. Most of this processed food is not good. It's all those processed food, those food that are in can, have been canned, sealed up. All those food that have been processed in a tin can, bean can, avoid it. Those are already processed food. They are going to spike up your sugar level. Honey and maple syrup, avoid it. Honey and maple syrup, avoid it. It is not good for a diabetics. Dried fruits and fruit juice. I've said it, dried fruits, you got to avoid them because they contain a lot of carbohydrates. So you got to know, that's why even if you're going to eat a dry fruit, it has to be the slightest of it in minimal. very small quantity, not in a large quantity, because they contains a lot of carbohydrates. Now, fruit juice, I've said it numerous times about fruit juice. All those juice that have been processed, that are in a container sealed off, avoid it, because they are already processed. A lot of sugar is in them. So taking them is going to cause you more harm than good. So friends, these are some of the questions that I've answered regarding orange and diabetics. Okay, I feel that it's important that I have to do this video to answer most of these questions about orange and diabetes, and I hope I've done justice to it. So friends, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and then try to leave me a comment. If you have any question, do not forget to send a question over, and I'm going to answer it, or answer those questions in my next video. So once again, I thank you guys very much for watching this channel, and then keep watching, and I will keep making new videos for you guys. Thank you and goodbye.